And action!
I think a lot of what makes good comedy is the same thing that makes good action, and that is being rooted in reality.
And it was really important to make this movie as grounded and as real as we can, especially when they got into danger.
And it's always been the mantra, the danger is real, and you never break that.
It's always been a touchstone for us, even when things get outlandish and crazy, to try to find that core of realism.
How are you gonna show us this realistic violence? Here we go, and action!
I just always like to do stories that are very grounded and very real and that can really happen. I mean, those are the movies that affected me when I was a kid or even today. Is the more realistic the situation is, you know, what would you do? And I love the kind of authenticity of what people do and their behavior. If you really think you might die or you're definitely gonna get your face beaten in, the adrenaline of it, there's something very fun about it. Especially looking back afterwards.
Yippee-ki-yay, bitches! Everyone down! Yippee-ki-yay, bitches!
The mix of comedy and action in a movie like this is we're not rounding corners. We're not doing a soft action. We're trying to make a comedy that then actually turns into an action movie. The tone of this movie is real, and there is a shift about midway through the movie where you're like, whoa, what kind of movie is this? These guys are really, really in danger.
Isn't that what people want? To really feel what it's like to be in the shit.
Pretty much the whole third act is just action. And I think that was really cool because as an actor, you love to do different things. And I've pretty much only done comedy. I never really did too much action. So this is kind of my first hurrah with action. I liked it a lot.
And I fought women before. I didn't win, but I'm down to redeem myself.
I think we've seen action comedies have, in some ways, become almost like cartoons sometimes, where the stakes aren't quite real and the action feels so pushed and ridiculous.
You've been watching too many movies.
I feel like action comedies have gone a little awry in the sense of when the danger becomes real, it's never scary. We didn't want to do that on this movie, and we kind of wanted to do an homage back to the movies that made me want to be a writer, Midnight Run, Lethal Weapon, where the danger is real, and there is a storyline that serves the purpose, and it's not just a bunch of bits. Mossy knows everything. Holy shit, dude, we're dead, dead, dead!
You know, I grew up on 48 Hours and Beverly Hills Cop and even a movie called Stakeout that I love.
Yeah, we're black ops, dude.
Those movies don't really get made that much anymore. It's always like superheroes and stuff like that, which I respect, which is awesome. But it was definitely cool to just be regular people who kind of find themselves in some real trouble.
They're faking, they're pretending to be cops, but they went on ride-alongs and went out, fired some shotguns and some pistols and how to draw it and things like that. And then the other character, Rob Riggle, who plays a real cop in the movie, well, he's former military, so he knew everything anyway, so it worked out really well.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
I love a movie like this where you have some comedy. It starts out, with a comic premise, and then, it graduates into some real gravitas and some real action.
I just ignored the fact that we're in a comedy. I mean, they're in a comedy. I don't feel like I am at all.
What do you mean they're not real cops?
But hopefully we will keep the stakes quite high in terms of the tension levels, and that will get ramped up as the movie progresses.
Here's the deal. You're gonna die today, and so is your friend.
I think there's an underbelly of the humor, playing for humor within serious content. Always looking for where it can be dangerous but also funny.
Oh, shit.
That's how they sort of used to make those buddy comedies. And I don't feel like I've seen one like that for a while.
You know what's really cool? Zombies. I want you to start working on firefighters versus zombies.
It's genius.
A lot of our movie kind of has a little play on what's been happening over the last 10 years in entertainment, is that everything's kind of turned superhero, comic book, vampire, zombie, video game.
This game is gangster, Joe.
I thought for myself it would be fun to try to bring some of that into the story, where we start off in sort of a real realistic fashion. Then, as we get into the darker side of the story, I thought a way to approach that would be explore it like a video game. Let's try to make it even more intense.
The game really kind of matches the actual real life things that we wind up dealing with in the third act. There's like all these tunnels in my video game, and then there's like real life tunnels, so it's kind of trippy how they did that. That's some good writing right there.
Hold still.
The set designs are amazing. It's super creepy and super real.
To me, it needed to feel like it was part of a video game construction, and so that it should have choices, it should have visual targets, so that when you walk through the set, you can kind of see your next goal. You want to move ahead onto the next level or the next chamber.
It was just a feeling of you're going through tunnels and going around corners, and you don't know what's around it.
I tried to position the camera and move the camera so it felt like a first-person video game with live action.
Action. What are we gonna do?
Boom, boom, boom. In this third act, it was important for Luke and I to find the balance of getting really good action and make it feel very scary, you know, and carry the storyline throughout the end.
Being in the shit isn't the shit.
No, it's not the shit. So it's at the end of the movie, the characters have put themselves in a corner, Mossy's coming, shooting guns at them.
And then Daddy.
Oh, what do I do?
Oh, Mommy gets a little scared, then Daddy has to protect her.
I'm a daddy, you're a mommy.
Action.
Being in a gun battle is not fun. It's not glamorized. It's not like playing a video game.
Yeah, I end up taking a bullet. That's how it goes when you're a hero, baby. What? Oh.
Luke has gone to a lot of trouble in casting all the roles, in choosing the costumes, in the photographic look that Darren Okada has developed, in keeping it really, really grounded in reality.
I think at the end of the day, it's going to help find that great tone of incredibly funny comedy, but also real stakes and real action.
I think it's a lot more fun when things are really dangerous and you can die.
We are in a lot of trouble, man. No, no, no.
I think it's a nice mix. There's a little bit of love.
Wow.
There's a lot of action. There's a lot of laughs. And there's a really nice story about friendship in there.
Brothers, man. That's what you get. Action. Hi, I'm a 30-year-old assistant at a video game company. Want to meet my roommate?
Let's Be Cops is about two regular guys who haven't accomplished all which they wish they'd accomplished.
You didn't go pro!
I got injured, man. What's your excuse?
These two guys don't have any money, and their self-worth is gone, and not premeditated, they start pretending to be cops in LA.
Let's be cops. Freeze!
It's literally like they're brothers. They act like brothers, they fight like brothers, they make up like brothers, and they're kind of just like a little married couple.
We're the new sheriffs in town.
You don't mess with the law. Brothers in blue. See? And action. Push freeze, pizza boy. Put the pizzas down now. Yeah, dude, you're a good dancer.
I know! Were you being sarcastic about me dancing?
No, I think you're a very good dancer.
Okay, cool, thanks.
They're brothers. They're brothers. I mean, I remember, in the casting process, you're working on one character, you're working on another character. I remember just meeting Jake alone, meeting Damon alone. They had worked together before, they were huge fans of each other, they were dying to work together. And so that was the dream.
The funny part is both of them had come in for the role of Justin. And then we flipped and turned Jake into Ryan, and it just worked out perfectly.
This is crazy, dude. Some next level shit is what it is, Justin.
Damon and I did the pilot for New Girl together, and we got along great, and we kind of made a pact that we were going to try to find something together. And he's been as good of a co-star as I could imagine.
I don't want to go to jail. You know they hide cell phones in their butts in jail.
Shut up! Truly, he's one of the main reasons I'm here doing it.
Jake and I really work well together because we get along really well off camera, and we kind of just brought that fun that we normally have just doing bits and stuff to the characters.
That just happened. Even the cops think we're cops. Yeah.
I love the imagery of two uniformed cops smoking weed, drinking beers, starting fights.
You messing with him?
It's almost like the Beastie Boys as cops.
Yeah!
In making this movie, I listen to music all the time, and I kept thinking about this image of like two cops like just taking over a club and just tearing it up. And Jake and Damon were fantastic.
One in each ball.
Wow, really?
No, I don't shoot testicles. Do not let that humble face fool you.
Damon Wayans Jr. has an extremely natural quality. As he stands in front of the camera reads everything that's inside him. And in this particular case, he is the straight man of the pair.
These tattoos are gonna run down my face.
Then don't sweat.
What do you mean don't sweat?
Don't
I'm not
sweat.
doing this.
Why'd you gotta be such a bitch? Damon comes from a comedic legacy family, and meeting him and working with him has been a thrill. And he's a lovely guy. He's got a warm, nice quality about him. He's very open to ideas. And Jake and I come from a very similar improvisational background. I'm from the Second City. He's from the Improv Olympic, improv theater. So we both learned to improvise kind of in the same style. And we were just like almost immediately, because you feel like brethren in a way. So there's a real nice kind of fun, energetic familiarity with both of them, really. I'm giving a girl a compliment. I said I want her to take her dress off so I can put my penis inside her. What's the problem?
The energy on set has been so much fun. I mean, getting to work with both Jake and Damon has been unbelievable, and I've never been on a comedy before. It's a lot lighter than the show I'm normally on, and you spend the whole day laughing. That's probably been the biggest challenge for me, trying to keep a straight face.
I look like the devil came on my face.
It's great hanging around them because the jokes come thick and fast. And I hear, I come to makeup in the morning and everyone says, oh, we shot this scene yesterday, it was hysterical. And then, of course, I walk on the set and nobody's laughing at all.
Show us what you got!
So, I think they're funny. I've heard they're funny.
These guys are a couple of real jokers.
I'm very lucky to be working with Jake and Damon both again.
Oh, what's my name?
That's right.
Jake and I, we were in 21 Jump Street together, and of course Damon and I were partners. We were cops together in The Other Guys.
Where are you right now?
We sit around, we do bits, pretty much, just constantly trying to make each other laugh, and then we go shoot and have fun.
Hey, Margaret.
We'd always wanted a scene where the boys meet up with real cops.
It's code 4, we're all clear. The vehicle doesn't have any plates, I don't know what to make of that.
Officer Seegers, played by Rob Riggle, pulls over the guys because our police car, which we bought on eBay, doesn't have the license plate. And then there's a robbery going on at the Ace Hardware, so we get pulled into our first action.
6 Adams 7. We got a code 30 ringer at the Ace Hardware on 3rd and Vine. We're code 6. Let's go.
You guys are going right now?
Ryan and Justin don't know how to do this, but Ryan really thinks we do. So we go in and we're going to the Ace Hardware store, and there's like these drugged up crazy guys that broke in there, and we're supposed to apprehend them.
I'm gonna knock you out! Oh my God!
And they get to this really scary situation where there's this gigantic, sweaty, naked guy screaming and running at you and charging at you like a wild animal.
You got it, Sarge!
Watch your mouth.
And he just completely lays out Jake.
I basically take him down, but he lands on top of me. and then he's still trying to get away, so he's like climbing this way over me, and he's naked, and he's just rubbing all his stuff all over me, and it's disgusting.
I think Damon's character was very real. I mean, he was literally there, just like looking at this man's scrotum. The way we kind of composed it, actually looks like Damon is being birthed out of this man. And this was Damon's idea, though, by the way, so let it be known.
I've never seen a man happier. We must have shot it 3 times, and Damon starts saying, please, can we do another take? And I said, why? And he goes, because my mouth was closed. That's who Damon Wayans Jr. is in a nutshell.
I took a long shower after that.
I love Damon's laugh. When I hear that laugh, just like this incredible cackle. And I know it's just them hanging out in the corner somewhere, and it's just so funny to hear them and the respect for each other and how they want to help each other.
It's so great to watch them as they're coming on, get themselves all like pumped up, and they're just like endlessly joking and endlessly building each other up, and then they come on and they just really have tremendous chemistry.
Action!
Want me to open for you? Tell cop stories?
Nah, not my type.
Let's go to work.
Working with Jake Johnson, it's very great. He's very kind, he's nice, he's not like snobby or bratty like a big shot guy. That's just kind of like,
Ron's a little punk and we showed him, man.
I know.
You don't mess with us, right?
He's the improv master. He improvs all the time. He's wonderful at it.
Who's this? Of this?
Yeah.
It's Joey. He's our intern.
Whoa, you said assistant deputy?
Yeah, and I said to watch your attitude, especially in front of others.
We could go to jail for years for this shit, and they have a little kid involved.
Who's this bitch?
You don't call me a bitch. Who are you talking?
He's calling you a bitch, dude. Chill out.
I'm not a bitch.
If we're gonna retire, let's at least take a vote. What do you think, Joey?
Hell no.
Oh, hell no. Me too. That's 2 against 1. Did you see how scared that old lady was when I pulled the gun out?
I know, she was just like...
Oh, that's the power of a gun. Yeah. You keep it up, I'm gonna get you one, okay? There are actors who love the script and want to say every word a certain way. It's something I highly respect. And then there are actors who come in who like to bring different things to it and do different takes and improvise. And Damon and I both come from that school of acting.
Pelvic thrust.
What?
Yeah, it's like you just found out you're pregnant.
We wanted to feel free to take whatever is written and expand on it, and that's what we did. If he has a joke and it's his coverage, I'll think of something funny, I'll give it to him to say, and vice versa. It's great.
Just take off, all right? We're not gonna chase you.
Stay right here, we are gonna chase you.
Do not listen to him. He's an
Not listen to him.
idiot.
He's an idiot.
The luxury and the pleasure of having Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr. and Rob Riggle and Keegan-Michael Key, all of these incredibly talented, funny comic actors who could come in and even build on the foundation of what we had and find things that are completely unexpected and fun that I think will be some of the most memorable moments of the movie.
But you get what you pay for, bitches.
Some of the stuff in the script has been absolutely hilarious and better than we thought. And then there's been stuff that we just had no idea would be as funny as it is because these guys have brought great improvs to the table.
Carl, park in my spot one more time, I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
At the heart of it, it's a buddy comedy. And between the two of them, it feels like we're creating a comedy duo like the great ones.
They just love being together. What you see on screen is who they are. They're best friends.
Oh, that's how it's sweet.